Happy Friday, everybody. We're back for podcast.
What it is.
Whoa. What it is right. We're back here for podcast number 6. I'm Bryce Rewalt.
It's T. What up?
That's Benson Owens.
Yep.
What's up, guys? It's Ethan.
And we're going to talk some sports today. We're going to talk some Avengers today.
Ethan's very sad.
God.
We're going to talk Avengers. We're not going to do it. We'll give you a timestamp on when we're going to do it. So if all you guys don't want it to get spoiled,
Yep,
you guys can back out of the
I
episode.
don't condone
also,
this.
yeah. Just so you guys know, by we, it's going to be Bryce and I.
Yeah.
Ethan will be leaving the room, and because apparently he signed some contract from the directors. So we'll let you guys know multiple times before and probably during the whole thing.
Yes, and also you got to realize that when we do the Avengers thing, it's going to be me and Tennessee, and I know absolutely nothing about Marvel. Tennessee knows more than me, but still not that much.
I've known all my Marvel has been learned in what, Ethan, a week or two?
A week. I'd say about a week.
Yeah, exactly. And so I've seen we were counting in the line. I think Bryce has seen 5 movies, and I've seen 7. So really nothing, and they're all out of order.
Okay, cool. So we're going to get started. We're going to jump right into the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, we're going to do a little bit different. I'm assuming by now everybody knows the scores of the games and who played well and who played not so well. So we're going to talk a little bit about some Luke Wallen. If anybody doesn't know, he was accused of sexual assault by a former reporter when he was with the Golden State Warriors. Basically, she went up to his room and to work on a project, and he kind of forced himself on her, and she came out and said, "I really thought I was going to be raped." I completely believe her. I don't know why she would lie about that. I don't think it's a way or an opportunity to get money. She could have done that after he got the Lakers job, and they worked together with the Lakers. So all three teams have come out with statements saying they're gathering information, which is not good. And the most recent statement is that the Kings are supporting Luke Walton for now, which is a little bit uneasy if I'm Luke Walton. So I don't know. There's 2 separate occasions, as we know. What do you guys think about that?
I wonder if this has anything to do with Magic's tweet. Did you see Magic's tweet?
I have not seen it.
He said the truth will come to light or something like that.
Interesting. Well, I know they didn't get along.
No, not at all.
No, they didn't. Did you guys? I think we might have talked about it on the very first podcast. The first podcast was when we had first or second is when Magic had just stepped down.
Like literally.
And before, like 30 minutes before that, there was a leak saying that him and Luke hadn't talked in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a good situation, and that just adds to the whole cluster bleep of what the Lakers franchise and organization is. But Luke's married, has a kid. It's definitely not looking good. I can't imagine his wife being too happy, and it's definitely not a good look on the Walton name. It's not good. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm assuming more stuff's going to come to fruition.
In the next few days, more should come out.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, teams are not going to make definitive statements up until they have everything that they need to know. So, yeah. Well, I guess one thing about that is it's just you got to watch what you're doing, man. When you have a platform as big as Luke Wallen's and you coach the most popular franchise in the world.
Not even that. Just be a decent human.
Yeah, just have some decency. You're married.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of if you're married or single, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that, forcing yourself on women. And at the charity event, Luke got like a really aggressive hug and like kissed her head apparently or something like that. And she just didn't say anything and was really uncomfortable about it. So I don't know.
Especially with the whole Me Too movement.
The whole Me Too movement's amazing. And that originated in California. I mean, I think there's the most feminists are in California, and I love it. I think it's awesome that they're doing that. But the whole Me Too movement is great, and I think that this just adds to the whole fact that these women are finally coming out and being strong, and they feel empowered to speak up for what happened, and I love that. I think that will all play out. So we'll move on. Well, I want to talk about something that if you guys watched closely to what the for the Rockets Jazz series, I want to talk about how the Jazz guarded Harden. Did you guys see how they were literally playing on his back?
Behind him.
Yeah, they're playing behind him. So what they were trying to do, for all you people that aren't basketball heads like me, they were forcing him to the paint and making him take contested floaters. And he was awful all series. I mean, he obviously got his average. So for the average, to the naked eye, he probably played well. But shot 37% from the field, 35 from three, averaged 6 turnovers. And I think the most important thing is they kept him off the line. He averages 11.6 free throws a game in the regular season, and he was only averaging 6.8 in the first round. They lost 4-1, but I would give it to Quinn Snyder for having the balls to do something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's at the biggest stage as you can, probably the MVP. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a real bummer seeing the Jazz not come out of that, or at least not make it a game.
Yeah,
or
at least make it a series.
Yeah, 4-1 is not.
Wasn't crazy competitive either.
No, the games were never that entertaining.
The last two were okay, but I don't know. The way that they guarded him, I mean, was ridiculous. I thought that was insanely bold. Do you guys think? I mean, to you guys, do you guys think that other teams will have the balls or the guts to do what he did, what Snyder did, and try to do something different? And it worked.
Well, the only other
shot him
team
in 30s
will be the Warriors.
Yeah,
and I don't.
No, I think the Warriors have the talent to play up on. I mean, they have Klay Thompson. Klay can guard anybody.
He's a great perimeter defender. He's really good.
Yeah, so I mean, he'll be in Harden's face. I mean, I think next round they won't have to play that. So
the problem with playing defense like that is when you're forcing the guy to the basket, you got to have help side.
Exactly.
And when you have help side, you've got dudes like Eric Gordon out there. You got PJ Tucker,
Daniel House, or Daniel. Yeah, all those guys are shooters.
Yeah,
I mean,
so that's
Gerald
just,
Green coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different strategy for sure, but I just don't think if Harden was on a different team with that didn't have shooters like they have.
Yeah, maybe he was like on the Lakers or something.
Yeah, maybe it works, but not when you got Eric Gordon.
Yeah, I mean that dude's lights out. He shoots it in your face, and he's a hand down. And that's just he makes those shots. You're like, oh, give it to him. I mean, gotta give it to him. That's exactly what we want him to take.
Yep.
But I guess that we'll kind of piggyback and leapfrog over to the Warriors. And Bryce, I know you said you weren't crazy worried, but just a little bit annoyed kind of with their play. Are you guys worried about the Warriors? And should people or fans or basketball junkies be worried about the Warriors?
I don't know. I think they get through this.
I agree. If
they start off rough against the Rockets, I think they should be worried. Just because the Rockets are good, but that's a pretty beatable team if you're able to guard.
Especially considering the Rockets, they're currently resting.
Yeah, exactly.
The Warriors still got to play tomorrow. They got to win tomorrow.
Exactly.
They don't win, they play Sunday, and they got to win that game, and then they're going to jump right into the next series. So that's the only thing to be worried about as a Warriors fan. I really think they'll get through this Clippers series.
I assume they will too.
But you got a deadly team waiting for you.
Exactly. And they're playing great. And since the All-Star break, they are number one in defensive efficiency, which is unreal considering they have James Harden on their team. Because that dude is so bad defensively.
Terrible.
And people look at – I've heard the argument, who leads the league in steals? Okay, Allen Iverson led the league in steals for like 4 straight years, and he's known for being one of the worst defenders ever.
Yeah,
I mean, that steals don't mean anything.
That's not defense. The ball can just roll into your
gambling, leaving your man to go double, and stuff like that. And sometimes the ball rolls into your hands, like you said.
Especially if you're playing around the perimeter. Yeah. I mean, the ball just gets tipped. Oh, look, there it is.
The offensive players will give it to you. You're in the NBA. You're playing against the best players in the world.
But Montrezl Harrell is playing out of his freaking mind.
Did you see, I think I saw a tweet. It was like, Montrezl Harrell plays like his family has been killed and he's avenging them all every single play. Yeah. And that's how he's playing like Kenneth Faried played before the USA basketball contract.
He freaking looks like him, too.
Kenneth Faried's on the Rockets. Yeah. Man, but
And then, you got Lou Williams. Just will get to the bucket or he will get to the free throw line, one way or the other.
Yep.
He's a walking bucket.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that hezzy he had on KP?
Lou Williams, professional. Sweet Lou, man. He's so cool. Doesn't wear a sleeve, no headband. Maybe just wearing boxers underneath his. Yeah, all game. And he's just.
I love what he said, though, after the last game. He was like, I realized I wasn't going to be a starter. That wasn't my role. So I embraced what my role was. And I just got to score.
And it's ridiculous, dude. He still plays more than all the other starters. He plays 30. He played 34 minutes last night, and Patrick Beverley played 33. And Patrick Beverley, man, he played well last night. I know Bryce, you probably hate that, but he is hooping, and he is getting in all their heads, and I love it. I love Patrick Beverley, and he's proven himself out there. He's from Arkansas. Kind of came from nothing. Played in Turkey and Ukraine. So, I mean,
but you can tell that the dude loves just.
He likes to play. Yeah, he loves, and if you're keeping score, he's going to want to play hard, and he's going to care about it. So I guess that segues into
that other series that got really interesting.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it wasn't a close
4-1 again.
Yeah, it wasn't a close series of the Blazers and the Thunder, but the battle between Russ and Dame that happened in the last 3 games of that series. unreal. I mean, the way that they played against each other, calling each other out, and trying to get into each other's faces. I mean, stuff like that is just that's what the playoffs are about. And I don't know. I feel like after all that talk, I feel like Dame is the better player. Russ more like a stat patter, and I mean he goes out of his way to just drive into the lane every time. He plays real fast.
He doesn't. I don't think he can slow down, and
No.
I think that's kind of his kryptonite. And sometimes it's a default. Like he doesn't know any other way because he kind of characterizes himself as like a pit bull and overlooked. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think he's going to play the same way, which is good in some instances, but I don't know. I think that I don't know. I personally I think after he's done it for 3 straight years now, right? I think he's making the triple-double seem meaningless, and it's kind of like I say. Like, what do you think? I mean, is a triple-double even like worth anything anymore? Because he's not winning. Yeah. He hasn't won a road game since KD left in the playoffs, and he hasn't got out of the first round since he left. So, I mean, what is he making it meaningless? Like, what is it?
I think the way he does it is meaningless.
Stat booster?
Yeah, well, the other night, too, okay, he was, 14 for 30 going into that final possession, and you have...
He missed 20 shots, so he actually was worse.
And the shots he takes are so bad majority of the time. Like
Not to him, which is crazy, but they're bad.
They clink off the side of
they're what the basketball world call break starters. So which literally they start fast breaks and it's down on the other end. And he doesn't guard that well. And he doesn't guard if he doesn't want to, and he doesn't want to a lot of the time.
And I mean, talk about bad shots. I think Paul George was right.
Oh, 100%.
Damian Lillard's shot was an awful shot.
Yeah. But he also said the media made the narrative saying like he sucks and that was a stupid shot no matter what. But he also said he was feeling it. It was his night. For him, that's a good shot.
And him and his trainer had been working on that.
And when he was also 5 for 5 from plus 30 in that game, and he was also he was 8 for 12 in the series and plus from 30 feet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that in that instance with the series that he had been having, because he's averaging the most points in the playoffs, he's averaging like 33. And
I mean, it was a bad shot, but he got a really good look.
See how long the ball was in the air? It was in the air for like 4 seconds. Yeah. It was unreal.
There was that video that popped up where it was just on him. He took 4 steps back
and still like moved his arm. It was crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I guess we'll go on to some more Westbrook, actually. If you guys know, it's actually kind of funny. The whole year, he didn't answer a reporter. His name's Barry Trammell. He's actually pretty well known in the Oklahoma City. He's from Oklahoma, and it's a really well known paper and platform and news outlet in Oklahoma and around the country, really. And he never answered him. And if you guys have seen it, you probably have at least once. He says next question after every question he asks, and he doesn't. He actually answered him in Game 4 and Game 5, but he was. Woohoo! Love it.
It's back.
All right, guys. Got one for you. What is the worst thing about having a dad who's in prison and has a stutter?
What?
Dude, I have no clue.
Who's in prison and has a stutter? No freaking idea.
He'll never finish his sentence.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, we're going to move on because that one got me.
So here's my thing. The question is, should players be forced to answer every question? I personally think they should.
Me too. I agree.
Because that's part of their job.
Yeah,
people have jobs, and there's stuff that they don't want to. People don't want to go to meetings.
Exactly.
People don't want to do the stuff that's part of their job, but they have to.
Bryce, you're a journalism major. Yeah. You're on the opposite side.
Yeah, exactly. I've been on the opposite side where you ask these people questions
and tough ones. And
sure, they may not want to answer it, but I think there's always a point where you can at least touch on the topic. You don't have to get into detail, but answer the freaking question. Like Marshawn Lynch.
LeBron's done it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Cam Newton walked out of the Super Bowl media.
I mean, it's part of your job. Do it.
Oh, exactly. I agree. I think that you should answer. As long as they're asking. It's not. If it's not a racist question or something awful like about his family or something like that, maybe you could be like, I don't really want to speak on it. You could even say that. You don't have to say next question every time. Just at least be like respectful about it. Be like, I would prefer not to speak on it, but I think that you should just
questions asked nicely.
You're gonna be millions. Yeah.
Don't go out of your way and just
I agree, man. I think
asshole about it.
I don't know. Coming from me, which I plan on being a coach, just kind of following in my dad's footsteps. I think that's a blessing. If you're able to be in that position where you're talented enough to make millions of dollars and get asked questions and want to be talked to, why not answer it? For me, I love getting. I've had interviews. Bryce, you've had interviews. You've had interviews in high school. I've had interviews. It's a cool feeling. I mean, obviously, once you get into the latter stages of your career and when you start to build up and get a little bit more popular, when they're starting asking tougher questions, it's harder, but it's a cool feeling. People want to ask you something. I don't know. I feel like that's cool, and I think that's a really cool feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. So we'll just give you a little bit of an insight into, what series are already set up that are going to be starting. The Bucks and the Celtics, that'll be a good series.
Yeah, what do you guys think? I think it's a 6 or 7 game series. I don't anticipate it.
I hope so. Sheesh, dude.
Yeah, both teams just
the only one that's
through.
going 7 is Spurs Nuggets.
Oh God, that's gonna be a great game 7. Popovich in game 7 on the road against a team that's inexperienced. Woo!
Oh yeah, and
it's gonna be awesome.
You got the Sixers and the Raptors.
That's gonna be another. The East semifinal series are far better than the West, but I anticipate that Portland series, whoever they play, are gonna be really good too.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Heck, I think that it's almost a given that Golden State's going to get through, and they're going to play.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be favored and have all the odds in their favor in these next 2 games, regardless of if they lose tomorrow or do they play tonight? Actually,
they play tonight. Yeah.
They play tonight. Yeah. So regardless if they lose tonight.
See, the thing with the Warriors is I don't know if you guys saw their post-game interviews, but they look pissed.
Oh, they're shocked.
Not at what.
They're pissed. They're still playing.
Yeah, they're pissed that they're still playing. They're pissed that they got to go back to LA when they could really just.
And they're bus rides. They're not planes.
Yeah,
they're bus rides.
Yeah.
Or I think they used to take the ferry, but now they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't do that anymore. But I don't know.
And that's about it. I mean, you still got the game 7 to play between the Nuggets and the Spurs, and so we'll see how that plays out.
I think the winner of that series goes to the conference finals along with the Warriors. I think those teams are going to be well, what is the word? Well matched or well traveled?
Yeah.
Well battled. They're going to be battle tested. There you go. Took me a few tries. They're going to be battle tested. I think Portland's good, but you can't rely on them to score 35 a game in the playoffs. It's going to get better. Popovich is going to be in the second round in probably maybe one of his last years, if not the last year of his coaching career. Who knows?
So that's all we got for NBA. We're going to move over to NFL right now. We had the NFL draft the first round of the NFL draft last night. Obviously, Kyler Murray went first. Ethan, what did you think about that pick?
I don't know. That's kind of a crazy pick. I mean, everybody kind of saw it coming, but I think it's a very risky pick. You have a decent quarterback in Josh Rosen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know anything about him. I mean, the team that they have around him is a team that went 3-13 last year. So they're obviously a team that needs several different pieces around them. But I think that, Nick Bosa going second to the 49ers, that's going to be huge.
That's huge.
If he gets healthy, I think he could be instant Pro Bowler.
Yeah, he's so good. I think out of all of the players coming out of the draft, he was probably the most refined. I agree. I think the best player is Quinnen Williams. I think head and shoulders all scouts, anybody that knows football. And I really don't know football. I know the Cowboys and the NFC East really, and a little bit of the NFC. But I think all football people that know anything worth a damn about football, they're going to be like, yeah, the best player in the draft went third. And if you're the New York Jets, you are elated. You got the best player in the draft at nose tackle where you can bring guys in on you, and then that allows the edge rushers to come in on the other sides and get into their lanes. I don't know. I think that was a great pick for the Jets, and they're not very good. No, they're going to get better. They have Le'Veon Bell now. Yeah, and the thing is, with Quinnen Williams, you look at guys like Nick Bosa. Like, Nick Bosa is already maxed out. I mean, he's not going to get that much bigger, that much faster, that much stronger.
Yeah, what he needs to do is get healthier.
Yeah, Quinnen Williams, that guy looks like he can get faster, looks like he can get bigger.
Or leaner.
Yeah.
At the nose tackle position, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
How you could get leaner.
No,
I think another steal in the draft was at number 13, the Dolphins getting Christian Wilkins. To be able to get him 13 picks in, I mean, D lineman out of Clemson, that dude.
Did you guys see what he did?
Absolutely destroys.
That was what I showed you during the movie. That was the one that tried to shoulder bump Goodell, and Goodell's not having it. he was not ready for that.
So let's talk about Dwayne Haskins.
When was it 15th?
Yeah, he went 15.
And he said
he was not happy.
He said what did they say? They done messed up.
Yeah,
they said they messed up about him because I thought he was going to be the Giants pick.
Yeah, I was surprised the Giants went with Daniel Jones.
Oh, and their Giants are livid. All Giants fans are so mad. They don't like him. They think he's Eli 2.0, and I guess Eli 2.0 early Eli was good. But
early up until Eli was like in his I'd say 30, 32, 33.
Yeah,
I mean he was good. The guy was
won 2 Super Bowls and beat the best team probably ever assembled.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That Patriots team was unreal. Weren't they the 18? Weren't they the
Yeah, they were 18-0 at that time.
Exactly. So I mean,
I don't know. I think that was a good pick for the Redskins, especially with Alex Smith being hurt. Probably going to miss all of next year and possibly some time of the year after that with that nasty injury. But the pick that I liked, more than most, was how late the Patriots were able to get N'Keal Harry.
Wasn't he the last pick of
the first round?
Yeah. That guy. Everybody was so hyped over DK Metcalf and Hollywood Brown, but N'Keal Harry balled at ASU. That guy is. I mean, especially if you pair him up with Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
He's going to make him, regardless, just might be in the same field as him.
Yeah, that guy's going to be ridiculous. I was a little upset the Colts.
Yeah.
So they didn't. Did they even take anybody?
No.
So
they traded their pick.
That segues into our next topic with the NFL. Who now that it was going to be who did we want because you guys at least had a first round pick, but now who do we want from our favorite teams? Your guys' teams both being the Colts, and then subsequently my team being the Cowboys. Who are you guys wanting in round 2? What position? What player? Maybe
I'm wanting a D lineman.
Yeah, D lineman or an edge rusher. That's
Is that what you guys need to bulk up?
That's what the Colts need. Yep.
Yeah, I mean their linebacking core and Anthony Walker and Darius Leonard really good. They wouldn't go wrong with getting another safety.
Yeah.
Because safeties, especially in the AFC South, I mean you can't go wrong with them, especially with how loaded up the AFC South is in good receivers.
Oh yeah. That's another thing too. I mean, we have Ty, we now have Devin Funchess, but I think another receiver.
You be a slot guy, or an outside guy.
I would like a big target
body outside.
Because T-Ball's what, 5'11"? Isn't he tiny?
Yeah, he's tiny. Yeah.
He led the league in receiving yards this year, right?
Yeah.
And he did it last year. I think he's 2 straight years. Or no, Julio did this year. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, no. I think if we're gonna look at defensive tackles, that D tackle out of Ohio State is pretty good. The edge rusher out of Louisiana Tech, Jalen Ferguson, the guy's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
this is where I don't know anything.
There's a lot of receivers that the Colts could go with if they wanted to. Safeties too. I don't know.
I mean, we still have what's that kid's name out of
Boston
College? Zach Allen out of Boston College. Throw another white guy on the already white Indianapolis Colts, but Zach Allen, I would love Zach Allen or Jalen Ferguson out of La Tech. I don't know. We'll see. So we have the Colts now
they have 3 picks
in the second round.
Yeah, the Cowboys only have 1.
They have I think it's the 3rd pick.
We have the 34th pick, the 46th, which we just traded for, and the 59th.
Yeah, that's good. Second round players can be instant instant producers. Yep. As far as the Cowboys, I know that we need safety. We missed out on Earl Thomas. That dude was asking for way too much, especially off that broken foot or whatever. I don't know. Safety is what we need. Any strong safety, free safety, we need that.
There's a lot of good safeties.
There's a lot of good. I don't think any safeties that we want. I follow all the major scout guys and analysts and beat writers, and I got to the point where I know a lot about the Cowboys and pay attention pretty religiously because that's I'm a diehard, as you guys know. But I mean, safety is a good position to have, especially if you're in need of a safety, because that's the last line of defense, and I think that helps tremendously if you have a really good safety back there. I don't know who I want. I don't know a single safety in the draft.
I think arguably the best safety is still left.
What's his name?
Nasir Adderley.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's the guy. He's the guy that the Cowboys want. Okay, then.
Yeah, he's out of the FCS. That's what Delaware plays in.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, the Delaware guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys. He was on the Cowboys list, but I've heard. I don't think he visited with the Cowboys because I would have seen that. And Stephen Jones, the GM, said that it's very likely that our guy that we draft will be a player that we have already visited with pre-draft. So I don't know. Safety will be good. Our defense is already, you guys know, we held the Saints to 3 points or 10 points. We're one of the better, if not, the top 3 defenses in the league. And we did it through the draft. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll move on. We'll get away from the draft as that's going to be happening today, tomorrow, and
Sunday, right?
Will it go through Sunday?
It's
7 rounds.
Yeah, it should
Thursday,
be
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
and then Sunday I think is. No, I think it is just Friday. Saturday.
Is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday? So it's just today, tomorrow, and Saturday.
Oh, another one.
All right.
Another one.
Or is it just today and tomorrow? I don't know. Here we go,
guys. What's blue and not heavy?
Blue and not heavy.
The sky. That's a stupid answer.
Blue and not heavy. Your face.
His face after you watched
Smurf. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that was my first guess.
Light blue.
Okay, we'll move on. Like I said, away from the draft, and we're going to get into some Tyreek Hill
heavy stuff here.
Right before we get to our first ever advertisement, but we'll get to that in a sec. But, so let's talk about Tyreek Hill.
Sure. Okay, so for you guys that don't know, it's kind of new, and the NFL hasn't been in the conversation in terms of sports, so a lot of people might have heard of it. Tyreek Hill has not been charged with any counts of child battery, even though 100% did happen. But recently, just after he said he won't be charged, I think maybe an hour or two after, some audio was released of him and his girlfriend or wife walking in an airport talking about all the things that that he has done to the kid. And he was talking about how, his son was saying, Daddy did it. And he was like, Dad, he says Daddy does a lot of things. And she said, he's terrified of you. And then it sounds like a horror movie. Bryce said it. And we were talking about it off air, and he was saying that, it just sounds super gory and scary. And after all that, he said to his girlfriend or wife or whatever, his fiance, he said, you should be terrified of me too, and then called it the B word. Not good. 100% happened. And then I think the main thing and most important thing that was said was that the girlfriend said that a 3-year-old would not lie about what happened, not lie about what would happen to him. And I guess he's also beaten his chest and punched his chest and said, if you keep acting up, you're going to get the belt. And I know that just sounds scary. It sounds like an awful and toxic family. And we already knew this before, that Tyreek Hill. He's
done this before.
That's why he was drafted so late, I think, right? Yeah, he was drafted. He got drafted because of his issues, and he didn't get charged. And now he's just been suspended from all his team activities and probably suspended indefinitely. So, I mean, it's just. I guess the question that we're going to ask here is the NFL a joke when it comes to discipline? You got that stuff with, the Sean Oakman who got, has not gotten a chance because of that false rape accusation. In my opinion, I think that the females should be, charged after they,
Yeah. Oh,
and there's a whole other argument for that. Let's not even get into that because that's getting away from sports, which we can do on another time. But I think that we should look into this more because Zeke stuff, he didn't even do it. She even talked about, let's lie about this thing, and maybe he's done it. And the stuff with Des Bryant about him beating his mom and like stuff like that, never charged.
I feel like
they're so inconsistent.
If there's footage of it happening,
like the Ray Rice thing.
Yeah, like Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt, those dudes. Whenever you see them actually hitting women and the evidence is right there, they should be done.
Or audio too, when it's very clearly.
Yeah. We talked about this in our class assignment podcast where we were talking about domestic violence, and we went through so many, not just the NFL, but there are other
MLB
organizations that do not really take these things seriously.
Want to know what it doesn't happen in? The NBA. The NBA is the best league in terms of all that stuff. The MLB has very little of it because it's predominantly a white man's league, and basketball is great. Basketball is time and time again produce really good players and really good people off the field, off the floor. But in the NFL, it just seems like they're so inconsistent with their disciplinary actions, and I think it's just a joke. I don't know what I think Roger Goodell is a joke. I hate him.
He's the worst commissioner out of all of the major sports,
and he's been the worst commissioner.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, what's bad whenever people are like writing to Adam Silver asking him to just leave the NBA and go to NFL.
Have you guys heard about the whole spiel? Like the MLB logo is a player, the NBA logo is a player, the NHL is, it just says NHL, but the NFL thing is an emblem, is a bear of arms. What is it called? Yeah, it's an emblem. It's a shield. Yeah. It just speaks to the fact that it's upper management. You know what I mean? So
Okay, so that's all. We just touched on NBA and NFL. We're gonna get to a quick break real quick, and we're gonna jump into talk about the NHL playoffs. We're gonna talk Avengers. That's still coming up, and we're also gonna talk music. So we'll be right back after this.
Quick reminder here, this podcast is brought to you by Anchor, which is by far the most efficient way to start your own podcast. Anchor has all the tools you need to start your own podcast, which are easily available straight from your phone or computer. All these tools are free of charge, so go over and get started.
Editing your podcast on Anchor is easier than ever, and making your podcast sound great is a breeze. One perk of Anchor is that making money is extremely easy, and there is no minimum listenership.
Another thing that's great about Anchor is that it will distribute your podcast to as many platforms as you want to be heard on. If you're interested in starting your own podcast today, make sure you download the Anchor app or head to anchor.fm to get started. All right, guys. So that's our first ever advertisement. You're probably going to hear us implement those a little more, just trying to find a way to make some money for what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we're going to jump right into hockey. My Sharks. I don't know if you guys saw that game. Absolutely crazy. We went down 3-0. It was in the third period. We were down 3-0.
Didn't they score 4 goals in like 4 minutes or something like that?
So what happened was there was a 5-minute major call. I forget on who. Pretty much knocked Pavelski out. He hit his head. Was bleeding all over the ice. He was definitely knocked out for a little bit there. So that definitely hurts the Sharks. He's probably our best player. I think I read that he's day-to-day, probably just under concussion protocol. But the 5-minute major happens when we're down 3-0. We score 7 minutes into the power play. We score about a minute later, and then we score like 3 minutes later. So all this happens in the power play, and then I think we scored like with 5 seconds left in the power play. So that put us up 4-3. The Knights did score with under a minute left. That kind of sucked.
So it forced a OT?
Yeah,
it was like 30 seconds.
It went into overtime, and overtime lasted about 19 minutes. It almost lasted the entire period. But all that matters is the Sharks came out with a W, and we're moving on to play the Colorado Avalanche, who was the wild card. They're not even supposed to be there either. But that should be a good series to look forward to. I know that starts tomorrow. Tonight? Tomorrow.
Look it up.
Tomorrow?
Who knows? It starts either tonight or tomorrow. Yep. But also the defending champs go down. So you have the President's Cup.
Doesn't 7 games, right?
No longer in the playoffs.
I love Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah, Ovi's nice. It's kind of sad to see that he's a gooner.
Yeah, he's Laters puke.
Laters puke to Ovi. But so we are officially into the second round of the NHL. I think some games started last night, but get into that later. So that's
all we got for sports?
That wraps it up for sports.
Ethan is leaving. It means we are talking about Endgame. Avengers Endgame, we're going to recap and review. By the way, just so you guys know, this is 100% spoiler alert.
Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're not gone by now, it's your fault for being here. We're giving you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go.
Avengers Endgame. I do not know much about the Avengers. I was sitting there and I asked Tennessee, dude, when is Wonder Woman going to come?
And because for those that don't know, Wonder Woman is not part of Marvel. At least, well, maybe she's part of the Marvel world. I don't know. Yeah, she's not.
Not even close.
Yeah. But
is she DC?
She's DC. Yeah, DC. Yeah. He also told me. I was wondering when Batman was coming, and he hasn't shown up yet. He was like, yeah. And then
I was waiting for Batman.
He thought that Black Widow was
Winter Storm.
It was Winter Storm and or Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And Winter Storm is also not a Marvel character. It's Winter Soldier. But the whole time we were just clowning the whole time. It was anytime we saw Black Panther, I screamed Black Panther. So and there's probably 5 or 6 times where the whole audience laughed, and it was elbow to elbow. Yeah. I screamed, "That sucks!" after Black Widow died. It went silent. I go, "That sucks," and everyone laughed, and I think I lightened the mood a little bit. So I know a lot of people are sad about that.
So obviously, if you're still listening to this,
please leave, and you don't want to know, please leave.
Because here it comes. Iron Man is dead.
Laters puked Iron Man. That honestly made me sad. I don't know about you, Bryce. I mean, the only reason that made me sad is because I've seen all 3 Iron Man movies, I know Ethan's probably, if he could hear this, he'd be so mad that we're just letting everybody know that Iron Man's dead. But it was kind of sad for all you Marvel nerds that don't care or have already seen it. It was really sad. His last words were, "I am Iron Man." Snap of the fingers, whole universe is restored and back to normal balance. And he didn't have enough like strength or power to handle the snap, because I guess it's a lot of power. The only one that could have handled it was Thanos and Hulk. And Hulk actually did survive it, so because he snapped it earlier, and that kind of brought all the bads in.
Yeah, I thought it was the scene when all the Avengers.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Marvel characters come back. That was dope.
I mean,
Spider-Man, my guy.
Spider-Man. I am Groot. Just letting everybody know I am Groot. He said it once, and I was happy. He was. I don't know why. He should honestly get his own movie every other day. Wakanda Forever. Black Panther
was back.
Everybody's back, and that was the whole thing with the snap. They, for those of you guys that haven't seen it yet and don't care, they go back in time. They create some time. They figure out time travel where they go back in time to get all the Infinity Stones that were taken by Thanos. So they went back in time, right, and got them before you were combing your hair with a piece of the chair. And he went back in time before, like 5 years, because it's set 5 years later. We're just rambling about stuff that we don't even know. This is probably hilarious for those that don't know.
Dude, half the time I had no clue what was going on.
I don't know. Dude, what
I don't like about movies is how loud the freaking sound effects.
Ethan's not in here.
Here, I got one for you.
What do you got? I can tell my joke from earlier. All right, I have a pickup line. It's really funny. All right. Are you a bird feeder? Are you?
Is this appropriate for the podcast?
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't say it. It's definitely not appropriate.
Ethan, if Ethan was in here, he would tell us another dad joke, but we're just going to skip that and skip Tennessee's very inappropriate joke. But, yeah, Avengers.
Nice.
Avengers was cool.
I liked it. I mean, it was only 3 hours and 1 minute, so for non-Marvel nerds, it was a little bit long and it got a little bit boring sometimes. But for Marvel nerds, I guess
if you're a Marvel nerd,
you're in heaven.
Probably cry because Ethan. Dude,
I've never seen anything. We walked out and Ethan had his hair all messed up, and he was definitely. Did that hurt? Ethan had his hair all messed. It looked like he just got out of a serious breakup with Michaela.
Yeah.
That's literally what it looked like, and he was crying. His eyes were watery. He told us that he was bawling at the very end.
He was sobbing.
He said he was sobbing. So, and he was so mad earlier. He was just sending one-word responses to us. He was just saying "yeah," like Y-A, because he was.
Dude, all I know is on the car ride home, and we passed them like 3 or 4 times.
It looks miserable.
That car looked awful. There's a bug in here.
There's a bug. Oh, it's green.
That is awful.
I'm gonna try to get it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, missed it. Hit it. 3, 2, 1.
No, that's gonna break the light.
That's all good. Is he inside there? No. All right. Anyways, well, that's the Avengers recap. It wasn't too spoiler review, just the 2 biggest parts.
Ethan, come back, Ethan. So yeah, Ethan, we just told him how every single character died.
Screw you guys.
Okay.
Why is there a bug in here?
I don't know, dude. We were trying
I
to
don't
kill
know. You probably brought it in when you opened the door. I don't know.
So yeah, there's Avengers.
I guess
for
we'll
those
move
of
on.
y'all that listened to our podcast.
Please don't listen to him.
Last week,
Last week we talked about it when we were our favorite music artists. All 3 of us.
Black Bear.
His album
otherwise
dropped.
known as Matt Musto.
You already know. His album dropped. I think it is amazing.
Anonymous.
Yeah, Anonymous. I think it's amazing. And for all you old Black Bear guys, from start to finish, it was good. Bryce and I listened to it on the way home while we were passing Ethan crying. But it was.
I didn't say a word on the way.
I know. We could tell. It looked miserable in there.
Everybody.
Everyone was just staring at the back of their seat or straight to the window.
Were you guys listening to music?
I was playing the Black Bear. For those of you, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I did not say a word on the way back because I was so mind blown, heartbroken, happy. Like it was just, I was a whole mess of emotions.
Because every single character died.
Also, for those of you guys that know, out of all 22 movies, this is the first one that doesn't have a post-credit scene, so do not stay. It's not worth your time. So that means it's really over. Nothing's ever happening again. The Avengers is over. Nothing's ever being made ever again. There's no more phases. That's probably a lie, but I just want to.
No, there's no more phases because every single character died.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
No, now you're just lying. Everyone's alive except Iron Man and Black Widow.
God, dude, come on. Everybody,
He's so mad.
everybody died. Every single person
Dude,
died.
he just brought this into the Black Bear segment.
I hate you guys.
Okay, we're talking Black Bear.
Oh,
Okay, Black Bear. He remastered the
NYLA.
greatest song he's ever put out. NYLA, New York,
I liked.
Los Angeles.
What are you guys' favorite songs? What I think Bryce and I really we like Dead Balloons.
Dead Balloons,
good.
Changes.
Sick of It All, Changes.
Heartbroken was good.
Heartbroken was good. All of them were good. They all had a similar vibe. Like some of like the what was it, Digital Drug Lord? They're all some of those. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
All had different. And same thing with Cybersex. That was another one where.
Yeah, no, this entire album just flowed.
Oh yeah, it was all the
start to
same
finish.
style, and I think he's finally found his style and what he wants to keep.
Kind of poppy, kind of
But-
R&B.
But that's the type of music that you get.
This is the year Black Bear kind of.
That's what everybody's saying.
That's what everybody's saying. Complex tweeted. On the way home, we saw Complex tweeted about him.
Exactly, and they tweeted his album out. He was the first one. He retweeted it. He was the first tweet about it that that Black Bear tweeted was the Complex tweet.
Yeah, we've been on Black Bear for a while.
NYLA. Bryce just put amazingness.
Yeah, NYLA amazingness. I could listen to that song for
Over.
a day straight. And
Is that
not
a
get tired.
is that a deserted island song for you? Like if you had to choose five
Yeah,
songs, is
no.
that one?
Yeah, the 5. Let's see, the 5 songs. I was actually talking to someone earlier. My 5 favorite songs
From Black Bear or
NYLA,
just?
yeah, NYLA. Wish You the Best.
It's gotta be the gorgeous
Valley
song.
Girls.
Is that one I showed you? It's not.
Valley Girls. Top Priority.
You like that one?
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I don't like.
And what was I said another one.
I'm gonna do mine after.
Valley
We'll do that.
Girls,
Yeah, we'll do that.
NYLA. Wish You the Best. Top Priority. Dude, I forgot.
Is anything from the Dead album?
No, I don't think so. I really like the song that got Black Bear popular was
Was Do Re Mi?
Do Re Mi.
But I don't like that
I
song.
don't like that song. Just
I don't
like
know.
I don't like.
I like
I don't like
the
Gucci
re-
Mane.
Oh yeah, that one's
remix-
popular too because of Gucci
The
Mane.
remix with Gucci Mane has made it a little bit better.
I don't know. I just still don't like it. I don't like anything that makes him more popular because
It
Bryce
kinda
is
sucks to
yeah.
see like him.
because Bryce has known him the longest because and then I think I found him. I had heard his song before I met Bryce, but I remember we were listening in the car after I first transferred to Centennial when we kind of met and started getting close.
That was his old stuff.
Yeah, we were listening to his old stuff. That's when I got on him.
Old.
So I was probably a year after you, a year or two. Yeah, because you said 2013, right?
24.
2012, and I was 2013, 2014.
Yeah,
so
that's about mine. Mine was sophomore year of high school.
yeah, exactly. So I know us three have known him for forever. So
It's
and we're
kinda-
OGs.
Obviously, I like that he's getting big. For
But
him,
I don't like it.
But I also like all these people jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
If you're gonna jump on the bandwagon, jump on now and go listen to his old EPs. Go listen to his SoundCloud.
There's so much stuff on SoundCloud.
There's so much stuff on SoundCloud that is not on Apple.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will never go on
Honestly,
Apple.
so much better than some of his
I
albums.
would say my favorite songs are "Gorgeous." That's a song with Mansion. That's off his Mansions album with Mike Posner. That's probably my favorite song of all time. Yeah, it's. Probably have a funny story about how you found that song. Yep, I'll tell you after the podcast.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, because you remember you picked me up and you said, "What is this song?" And I go, "I don't know, bro." And I definitely told you. I'll tell you after the podcast. But
I don't know.
I like 90210. I like
Not the acoustic. I'm like the acoustic stuff is good, but the OG stuff.
the OG stuff. Yeah,
The best album is still Dead Roses.
Dead Roses by far the best album. I like Dead Roses on that one too. But I guess I Hope Your Whole Life Sucks. I like that one a lot. I like G2G TTYL,
Yeah.
and then I guess I'll throw an oldie in there. And I like I don't know, this one. Why does this one suit me? I like Different Hoes.
See, I like Different Hoes too. Different Hoes would be up there.
According to you guys, how it suit me apparently.
Yeah. No, I like Verbatim.
Verbatim's a good one.
Definitely like Make Daddy Proud.
Of course you do.
You're such a daddy, huh?
Sick.
Little daddy guy. You're a little sick,
And
gross guy.
then Sniffing Vicodin in Paris is a good one.
Dude, what are you? Just some like drug dealing?
Are you digital drug lord?
I tend to be sometimes,
Tend to be.
slinging?
Yeah,
Slinging
I
dope?
work in a pharmacy, so
Yeah, you really is slinging.
You really are slinging dope back there.
And then I think off of Cybersex, definitely Hope Your Whole Life Sucks.
Yeah. It's just an awful song.
Yeah, and then
Your whole life sucks, not just part of it, the whole part.
And then Dirty Laundry, the acoustic version though.
That was really good.
Yeah, I love the high pitch right there.
I'm gonna listen to that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that wraps it up for
I think
today.
we're all set.
So we also obviously there wasn't a guest this one.
Probably won't be one on.
We're not gonna say anything official because we don't want to lead anything on, but we're working on something right now.
Really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really big.
Really big.
Really big.
Yeah,
Big.
Yeah, really big. Obviously, guys, we appreciate the overwhelming amount of support. We can't say it enough. We are getting so much.
Time out. What's a thief's favorite way to say hello?
I don't know, but Iron Man's dead.
Oh, dude, if people are still listening.
Nice to meet you.
I hate this guy.
Okay, that's
We should honestly just kick you out.
yeah, leave because we're gonna just start talking about Endgame again if you don't leave.
I hate you guys.
No, but we appreciate the support. Obviously, we've talked about it so much. All three of us. We're getting people coming up to us that we don't really know that well or that don't follow us on social media. We're just like, how did you find this? And they're saying that they love the podcast, and we've gotten a ton of requests for people that they want to hear. They want to be on the podcast. So we obviously love the support. Keep showing love and keep enjoying our podcast because it's not, like I said, and like we've all said, it's not going to stop regardless of anyone's listening or not. We're going to just do it for us just because we're bored.
You're just out here bored, having fun, talking sports.
Just booling.
Just thinking back in boo.
Yeah, no, just keep it coming. Give us the feedback.
Black Panther.
You guys can text us.
Delunk?
Oh, okay.
Lumpy Dumper?
I'll tell you guys this.
Oh yeah, one last story.
We're sitting there in line waiting to get food at the theater, and you just start hearing a bunch of random
Lumpy
names.
Dumper?
Yes, Bryce and Tennessee
A-long squirts.
are reading off of a list of just horrible names, and people are cracking up around us. And this went on for the entire 30 minutes we were in line.
Dude, I was sweating.
We were sweating. Our
so
hands
bad.
were sweating because we're screaming these names like
Like
Albert Sandbag.
Never mind.
What you gonna say?
Rosie.
No, the best one was when you guys yelled unique areola.
Yeah.
That was me. Irish or African's a good one. Always a good name.
Yeah.
Lumpy Dumper.
Lumpy Dumper, Dick Dump. We need to stop. Look up Practical Joker's name game if you guys want to.
Those are definitely. We're big fans of Impractical Joker.
Yeah.
Impractical Joker. Jokers, and our favorite episodes are definitely the name game. So if you guys want to go listen to that,
Just Google it and go on YouTube because they're absolutely hilarious. They
Yeah.
pretend to be receptionists and they have these people come in for focus groups and they just they have to call out these names without
You guys
laughing.
are just full of spoilers today, aren't you?
yeah, we are.
Iron
Iron
Man's
Man is.
All right, guys.
Iron Man is dead, so is Black Widow. Sorry for you guys. I mean, at this point, you probably aren't listening because you guys
I
are
don't know. They
done.
might have jumped back in.
No, I'm saying they're probably not listening because since Endgame, we've still just thrown in all these.
Oh, yeah, we ruined it.
Yeah, we ruined it for you guys, but
All right.
we let you guys know. So
So that's it for our 6th podcast, guys. We're still going strong. You
Not
guys
stopping.
have a great weekend. We'll see y'all here Monday. We out.
Bye, buddy.
next week.